Hello everyone, welcome to Team Proxy the Power. We're up for match 3 with air support and we'll be going first. I don't know what's up with our land today, but we're not going to be keeping this one. Previously said I didn't want to rely on a scry for us to curve out, but I'm getting kind of greedy. Yeah, we're going to keep this, see what we get. Probably going to be the death of me, but that's okay. We'll keep that on top. We need land. Oh, this was probably not a good idea. That's okay. We'll play it through and see what happens. We can play a free blade into cracking the clue to try to search for more land. Otherwise we can play an every next turn, or we can shoulder to shoulder. Looks like we're gonna crack a clue here. Not cool, man. Not cool. Well, don't want to attack into his skeletons and have him double block. So we're just going to ship the turn here and see what our opponent is playing so far. Okay, there's the second color. I was wondering. So black-white with sanitarium skeletons. This ought to be interesting. Shout out to Joe Cool. Hopefully we can draw some more lands. It's kind of like a land. Go ahead and get a forest here, so that way we can cast everything in our hand, for the most part. I really don't like these skellies, so let's pacify one of them. See if he gives me renown. Nope. At least we get the other one out of the way, for now. He is able to bring it back and play it if he has nothing else. He's only got 2 cards in hand. Hey, it's the Dutiful Attendant. The old throwback to old throwback for the old black sacrifice themes. Okay, let's see what can we do. Kinda want to put as many threats out as possible, and that would be free blade into servant. That way next turn we can either Lagak or shoulder. Alternatively, we can play an Aven, start getting damage through in the air. But I want to see if he has removal. Our flyers are only evasion, so they're our way to get damage through in the mid game. So let's start playing out threats. Cool. Keep applying a little bit of pressure. Yeah. He definitely doesn't want to give me renown on that one, but soon they're not going to have a choice. Well, I'll take that back. He has skeletons for chunk blockers. That's okay. And we can always shoulder to shoulder on the Inspector and the Servant. Make them both have a 2 power. I think that means we're going to have to do this. That way we can still attack, our creatures still live. One of them gets to be a 4/4. That's nice. Get to kill his skeleton, force him to pay the mana to recur it and play it. Hopefully putting a choke on his mana. Okay, he removes the other free blade. That's fine. The board is clear though. We're waiting for a removal spell like that before we play the Naven. And now we can swing with the team. Definitely wanted to remove that free blade before it went up to a 4 power. Otherwise, Disregard wouldn't have been able to handle it. He is able to play a human in equip, but he doesn't know that we have our own sensor. Especially now. We can just play it, equip it. Our guy's now bigger than his. And then go in the air also to get renown. Now next turn he has to pay 4 mana to get that back, pay 4 mana to get a skeleton back. He's only got 4 lands. And he chose to Oblivion Strike. That's cool. He doesn't really have any blockers. We have 5 land. We're going to start laying down the GAC. Had a little bit of a glitch there, some lag, something. Let's see. Definitely want that guy bigger. And let's put it on the servant. Okay, looks like he couldn't handle that one. So, black-white. Let's see, black-white. If he has the skeletons and the other humans that make zombies, it's likely suggests that he has Vulture's Havens to make use of them. So let's throw in some spiders. I don't think Rabid Bite is very good against Graveyard Recursion, so we'll take those out. I didn't really see any enchantments or anything. I think it might be safe to go with this. We could see some pacifisms and might want the caterpillars. We'll just wait and find out though. I think 26 creatures is good and we'll definitely tax the removal. We could have been safe and sided out a land and put in a caterpillar. But I'll just run it as it is. Good luck to our opponent. Okay, this hand's definitely looking better. I think on turn 2 I can play a forest, or play the wilds and get a forest. We'll definitely keep that hand. Turn 1 Inspector, always nice. They get a turn 1 Skeleton. That's cool. Since we drew an Aeronaut, most likely it looks like we'll play a Plains next turn. Evolving Wilds on 3. Our opponent looks to be curving out nicely as well. It's okay, we are too. See, if we get a forest next turn, then we might be able to Legac on 4. Otherwise, we may have to pacify something. In which case, I think pacifying the skeleton would be better, because he can come back multiple times, whereas the Ghoul Caller is a 2/2 when you play it, and then a 2/2 token, and that's it. Okay, we drew Plains. I think let's continue and go get a forest. I think we want to keep the pacifism for now and probably try to crack a clue. I don't mind him trying to swing for 2 damage, that's fine. Pretty soon we'll be able to win that race. Especially if you swing with the Ghoul Caller and don't play any creatures, we can Legac and our Inspector can kill the skeleton. I mean, however, 4 mana... I think we'll just block the skeleton. No, I think we'll just take it. I don't want a Gideon's Reproach or a... what is it? Celestial Flare? That's a great target for a pacifism. Totally forgot to crack my clue there. It's okay. We'll do this. Support our two creatures. I think we'll wait now. Have multiple blockers for his free blade and his ghoul collar. Just have to wait and see what our opponent plays. I'm trying to play around a removal spell with not attacking, especially since we're at the same life total. I'll wait until a turn I can play 2 spells before I get more aggressive. Next turn I can do multiple different things. Angelic Purge on my flyer, sacrificing a skeleton. That's okay. It's fine by me. No attacks. Okay, play land, I'll have 5. Kinda still feel like a Gideon's Reproach. We draw a free blade, which is nice. Yeah. Let's get that one down. Okay, if we attack here, he's just going to block with the ghoul collar and make a zombie. Not very good for us. The more creatures we have on the board, the better our support mechanic is, because then we have more options. Okay, recurring your skeleton. If he doesn't play it, that signals he has some kind of removal. Now we don't have to worry about Gideon's Reproach or Celestial Flare. We have an Aven. We have 6 mana. This is interesting. I think we'll go with the old reliable play. Cast the Aven now, we'll hold up Lead by Example or the Clue. Can't really have any good attacks without tipping our hand and playing a pacifism. I want to see what the opponent has in their hand first. Draw the game out a little bit. We have flyers, so we can do damage. Opponent says that they're a little flooded here. It's kind of good when you have Sanitarium Skeletons, though. End of turn, we'll crack it. Got a Servant. Alright, we have enough mana, we can do that. Pacify this one. Oh well, we'll swing with everything. See what they choose to block. We still have a Lead by Example. Gets to exile the pacifism. That's interesting. Kind of see that's what they were holding up mana for. Okay. Gonna block with a ghoul collar. Skeleton. So it looks like we're going to Lead by Example on these two. Our creatures should live. Force them to play any removal spells if they have it. Hopefully keeping our flyers safe if they use a removal on the free blade. Otherwise, we clear the board. Good work, birds and humans and lizards. And they recycle a skeleton. Suddenly they're under a lot of pressure here. Okay, they get a little bit of card draw. And they get a chump blocker. We know one of the cards in hand is a skeleton. Now they draw. Wowzers. They go to 14. Put one card on top and the other card on top. Pacify Legak. Okay, so they are running pacifisms. Caterpillars could have done something. Let's play that guy. We can hold on to the forest for bluffs. And they're tapped out. So we push through damage. Okay, again, that guy isn't renowned yet, so that's an extra free +1 counter I'm really hoping for. Put him out of disregard range, but otherwise, they're looking outnumbered right now. Skeletons can chump block, but we also still have 3 points in the air for now. Pacifisms help. And an attendant. Okay. So they just have chump blockers. Play Arthur Forest. And attack. Wonder if they're going to try to block this one. I think you would just try to soak up as much damage as possible. Yeah. It's a 4-turn clock after this. It's going to be slow. We'll see what happens. They may be able to grind us out. I don't know if they run any flyers, though. If they don't run flyers, they're going to have to remove those. Then they have to worry about a 3/3 token free blade. Definitely surprised by the pacifisms, though. There's enough strong removal in black that I would think that all your removal would come from those spells. However, with the inclusion of pacifisms, there's probably running like 12 removal spells, maybe even more. Got a bunch of ground blockers now. And they have enough so that they can, pardon me, so they can gang up there on my free blade. But not my inspector. Interesting. I think we'll go ahead and Alpha Strike, see where they block. They can't gang block one creature. It'll put them down to 1, and then the flyer will kill them on the following turn. They have to split it up somehow. And they do that with the recurring creatures. I was going to go for all of them. Okay. Always try to attack with the servant so I can reposition his counter, especially in board stalls. I mean, next turn now, that person's going to do 2 damage in the air instead of 3. Or you can take 1 by not blocking it. They also pay to recur a skeleton. Get back a retent. Ooh, he's got the 2 dutiful attendants, so he can just loop them continually. One in play, 1 in the yard, and keep cycling them. But that's just good for chump blockers. Otherwise, I still have multiple creatures. All of his creatures are 1 power. It's not very good whenever it comes to trying to change my board state. However, he does have a lot of those 1 power blockers. A lot. 1, 2, 3 people on the ground and 1 in the air. Now they can really start to gang up on me. Interesting. Well, looky here. I guess we could go here and here. Make my free blade a little bigger. Draw a card. Put him down to a 2-turn clock in the air. Get my rock one step away from a disregard. Aww. I figured. It's okay. I can draw another one. I meant another flyer, not another one of these. Oh, shucks. Let's give everybody a 4 power. Why not? And onward. Attack with the whole team. They have 0 cards in hand. They're tapped out. They can block all 4 creatures on one guy to try to remove 1 creature. If they do that, they take 7. So they have to split up their blocks somehow. They cannot both split up their blocks and remove one of my creatures. It's one of the reasons why I made all of them a 4 toughness. So now I put a constraint on him, force him to use up one of his creatures that doesn't recur as a chump blocker, weakening his board state and allowing more of my guys to get through next turn. Yay! Things are looking good for air support. We may not even need the flyers to close out this game. Meanwhile, they're going to do more graveyard shenanigans, getting back skeletons and playing them. They still have 1 mystery card. It was removal. Interesting. Okay, that was probably a really good draw. Before I drew that, I was only going to attack with 2 creatures to make him keep recurring these and spend 7 mana a turn. Now I can include this in an attack. If he dies, the counter goes on the other one. And this can survive chump blocking now. Or you can just let that through and take 1. And I'll ping him to death. He's deciding whether or not to go down to 1. There we go. That leaves this Inspector alive. He's really hoping to draw a removal spell of some kind here to deal with my constant pressure. I mean, and I need a way to deal with that Inspector because it's throwing off everything. I mean, if he only had 2 blockers, I probably could have closed this out a little sooner. Him having 3 blockers makes this a little harder. Okay, skeleton. That guy. 1 card in hand, possibly a removal spell. No. It's another blocker. He still has one of those guys in the graveyard. We need a flyer. Okay. We really need a flyer right here. Can't really think of any profitable way to attack because he'll just block, chump block, make more stuff from the graveyard. It's really frustrating at this point. However, I haven't seen a creature other than the ones, these 4 right here. So I'm wondering what type of haymakers are in the deck, or what type of win condition. Dauntless Cathar, that's a new creature. Okay. Maybe they just grind you out? Win with tokens? I don't know. They get back the zombie token. Okay. That's cool. It's definitely something we wanted. Because now we can equip here. 4/3. And it gives 2 tokens to something else. Alternatively, we can make one of those free blades a 6/5. But now the board is pretty gummed up. I mean, you can block with a Cathar here, take it out, make a token. This is not looking good. It's okay. See what they play. It's quite a stall here. We need some of our flyers. We need something. Meanwhile, they're playing Thraben Inspectors and cracking clues and playing skeletons. You get a spider. It's nothing too exciting. We really need a flyer, man. Come on, heart of the cards. Otherwise, I kinda don't know what else in our deck could pull us out of this. We should definitely put in the Angelic Purge for the next game. That way we can take out these pacifisms if we don't want to take out a creature. We can exile skeletons, so they're not that much of a problem. I think pacifism on this would probably be a good deal. It doesn't look to be running Vulturous Avens. So I don't know if they have a way to sacrifice the skeleton once we pacify it. Starting to get flooded. Okay. We're also starting to pull a little bit ahead on the clock here. We're both looking for that one card. Hey, that's nice. He doesn't have anything higher than a 2. So we suicide that guy. He either takes 2 damage or he blocks. He can block with a skeleton, but that puts a little press on his mana. He can use a removal spell on it, which he wants to use the removal spell on the flyer instead. I wonder which one he's going to choose. If he doesn't have the removal spell now, and the servant dies, I'm going to put the tokens on the rock, and it's going to be a beast. Flying, vigilance, can't take him down with Grasp of Darkness. Chooses not to... Ooh. He is taking down my servant. Interesting choice here. We're going to do a quick check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. See what happens. And our flyer is now huge. That's nice. I wonder if they have a way to deal with it. Oblivion Strike. Pacifism. Yep. mandatory. Wonder if they have enough creatures to try to overrun me yet. We'll keep those. I'm also definitely starting to flood a little bit. Lands, or at around 50%. Maybe a little over. This is definitely grindy. He's saving all of his removal for my flyers. I need to think of something. You can jump block with skeletons, and that's way too much power on the board. This is not good. Wonder why they didn't crack this. Wonder if he's worried about flooding. This is like your mandatory removal check. Played a flyer. Can you get rid of it? Alright. Draw go. However, him playing an Oblivion Strike is good. That means if we can ever get a fire big enough to a 4 power or something, stands a good chance of surviving. Otherwise, this is ridiculous. Pretty soon, he's gonna have enough skeletons to just attack, and I won't have enough blockers. Goodness. We got a purge coming our way, making us have even less blockers. Suddenly now I think he's going to start overwhelming us. But if he taps out, we can swing. So all you have to do is leave 2 skeletons behind, and then start swinging for the fences. Hey look, there's one vulture saving. So we finally got one. That's cool. We got an Aven of our own. The stalemate continues. Yep. Again, mandatory removal check. Okay. Now here come the Avens. I don't know if he didn't draw them or was just sandbagging them. Either way, let's see what happens. Trying to decide if they go to 1. It's kind of safe. I mean, I'm playing white-green. I don't have any direct damage here. I don't have any way to deal with all of his multitude of blockers. And even if I get rid of his 1 flying blocker, I don't have a flyer to go through. Very interesting. Things are starting to turn here. Pacifism. Let's go ahead and equip, for lack of a better thing to do. And I think we'll pacify an Aven. Draw this game out a little bit longer. Why not? I don't have anything else I can play. I mean, I could do it on this guy, stop him from making a token, but he could play another Vulture Aven. This way, if he sacrifices an Aven while playing an Aven, he's still at parity. Returns a skeleton. Okay. He's down to 17 cards in deck. So if he doesn't start applying the pressure in the air soon, he does run risk of decking himself. Here we go. Here comes the pressure. Go ahead and start taking out some of these 2/2s. I don't want to give him a flyer. He already has one. He doesn't need multiple flyers. So I'll take a hit from this one for a second. However, it doesn't look good here. All they have to do is save the removal spell for any flyer I play. I have no way to draw 2 flyers and play them. I can chain inspectors though, that's fine. Gives me multiple blockers. Otherwise, there's not a lot I can do. He's just gonna overrun me at 1 life. That's hilarious. Good job. That was a close one. Let's see. If only I had a way to do that 1 single damage. Apparently they're afraid of the crack back. I mean, you just had to keep 4 guys back. And he definitely didn't sacrifice. Okay, that's cool. Probably going to win on this swing. I mean, we're going to try to block best we can, but they pretty much have it. Good games, though. Okay, we will block 3 damage. Block 2 damage. Block 2 damage. Bam! Alright, let's sideboard. So caterpillars were definitely needed. Purges would be good. Take out those. They have exile stuff, so servants aren't very good. There are 2 purges and 3 caterpillars for any enchantments. We need some more removal. Lead by example is not as good as having... What else we could do instead of that? No, I think lead by example is good. We'll just have to run it like that. Alright, hopefully we can pull out this 3rd one. Let's go first. Okay, mix of spells and lands. It'll be hilarious playing a caterpillar and then shoulder to shoulder on turn 3 on it. It'll be a very strong caterpillar. Cool. I might want to hold it though. For pacifism or something. Yeah, we'll definitely hold it. I don't want it to get removed early. And they start off with Thraben. Okay, that's fine. Play that guy. We got another Thraben coming. Oh, meanwhile, over here, it's not looking so good. Let's get in the damage just in case they play a removal spell. I mean, it'd be really bad if they played a removal and we didn't attack. Yep. That's fine. And that's awkward. Whoops. Now there's calls for playing a caterpillar. Play caterpillar and shoulder to shoulder it. Yucky. It's just 2 damage. You can pacify any real threats. You can try to draw another land or another creature. See what happens. Real nail biter. At least on my side. They look like they have a nice hand. It's okay. I have a response for the free blade. We really need to draw another mana here. Come on, land. Wow. For lack of anything better to do, we're playing a caterpillar. I'll be super sad if he gets exiled. Okay, 5 coming at us. Well, this looks like a really sad end, especially after I added in an extra land. Well, we're still in the game. They're going to draw a couple of cards here. That's fine. Most likely they're looking for removal. They have tons of land. Kind of jealous of that land. Wowzers. And this is why most people play black in this format, because the removal is so strong. We're going to chump block here to try to drag this on a little bit. We get to 4. I have to get rid of that guy somehow. At least this way he doesn't get to make a token. Otherwise, we're still taking a pounding. We need more creatures. I swear my deck has tons of cheap creatures. This is a really bad keep. That's okay. We didn't know he had like an aggro hand. Hopefully they can... Oh, never mind. That's most unfortunate. We may end up having to purge that guy. Well, good game. We can only play 1 blocker. Well, that's most unfortunate. Kind of a sad end to the season. I'd like to thank everybody for checking out this series. Kinda wish I had played Red Black Madness today, but that's alright. You know what they say, hindsight is 20/20. Thanks for checking out the videos and the channel. We have more standard Pauper videos coming up, and also Eldritch Moon coming out. So please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys for more videos.